Hi guys, my name is Zin and this is Maybe Bonsai. Today we're going to look at a ficus. This is the one. This is a root over mineral rock. It started about I would say 7 to 8 months ago. I'm not quite sure exactly. I haven't checked the video, but I'm going to see what's going on with the roots today because I've seen a lot of roots either on the surface or the side of the pot. So I think it's in a state where I could check it out and see if it's actually, wrapping itself around the rock or not. So we'll get started with that. Okay, so I'm going to remove the mulch in a way. So you can see there's roots on the surface here, and then there's one growing out there, and there's root right here that's kind of wrapping around. I don't know what's going on with that. And then if you see the bottom of the pot, I already cut off a few roots here. There's roots already going. So, and there's roots on the side where it's like it's coming out one hole and going back in another hole. The rock it's not that big, so I need to find out what's going on with the roots. I wonder if it has wrapped around the rock at all, or if it's kind of going everywhere, because I didn't tie the roots to the rock, so I'm not sure what's going on. And I think it's been a while, and I think it's safe to kind of at least look at it and see what's going on. And I think the first step is I need to remove this. If I don't take this out, it will be really tough to kind of peek inside, or maybe I don't know. We'll see. Let me rake it and see if I could get it out. So right away I see a very thick root at the top. Some fine roots as well. Yeah, I can't really get that deep into the digging here, so I'm going to take the plastic out, and we'll see if that helps. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. And this plastic saran wrap, now it feels like really cheap plastic. Oh boy. Okay, so we'll see where these roots are going. Wow, that I don't know what that is. That looks like a trunk and a root. I thought the rock was right here. Oh, it's right here. I was starting to wonder. I'm not reaching the rock. Let me see if I can. Okay, well, the rock is definitely getting lifted. Okay. So there's the rock. There's part of the mineral. It looks like the roots has wrapped around. I think those are springtails, those white things, which is a beneficial insect in the soil. I'm not sure how this is wrapping around, because this, you can see this root is turning, making a left turn. And I'm not sure, what to really expect for the roots to wrap around, like if it's if it's gonna just be random like this. And you can see there's one really thick root down here that's gripping the rock quite tight. Yeah. So that's right there. I'm not sure how to approach the this whole thing, because I'm not sure if I kind of rake out too much, if it's gonna kind of loosen the rock from the roots. But at least this part, a bee just flew by me. At least this part seems quite loose, so that's why I'm digging it out. And I think there's a thick root at the bottom here. Oh wow, that's a really long root there. Okay, so let's see what's going on at the bottom. So yeah, there's one big root, split into two, and this one is wrapping around the bottom. So I guess it's going well, as in it's wrapping around. There's roots growing on the bottom of it. And I think, oh man. This is quite a thick root. And I think I'm gonna leave it. I'll leave the one that's wrapping like this, but I think I'm gonna remove this one here, because that one's on top. I don't think it's doing much, plus it's crossing the other root. Even though this is turning, I can't really do much about it right now, I don't think, because it is holding the rock in place. I think that's the main one that's holding it. And this one might be doing something back here, so let's rake this side out. So it did grow a ton of roots within 1 year, less than a year. And that's what I expected from these kind of colander pots. This started as a tiny cutting, like a toothpick thin, and it got to this thick in less than a year. Okay, so yeah, now it's loose. Okay. So I would say it's going well. It is definitely on the rock. And now that it's loose, I think I can adjust the whole thing. The roots it's going to the right direction. Maybe I could fix some of these and have it. Maybe I could fix it. I don't know. Should I do something here? So I think I can take this off right now. There you go. Wow. It's definitely curving into the rock. I think there's potential here to make these roots radial. I mean, some of these are quite good, as you can see. This one, it turns, so I think I'm gonna fix that. I'm just gonna cut it off right there. And then this one just grips it. I'm not sure if I can do much about it except for taking that one off. So I'm gonna grab the tools and clip these two big roots first. And then maybe we'll put it back on the rock and let it grow more. So first I'm gonna take this then I'm just going to cut it off right there. Oh. This is a split, but it's an up and down split, so I'm going to take the top one off. So I'm going to take the bottom one off. And this is the main root that was gripping the rock. Which I could cut it off. It is way too thick. But if I do cut it off, I have to kind of go from the very bottom. I'm not sure what to do with this. Let me kind of fix that. So I kind of have the option to reposition the tree. The rock is quite small now. I mean, the tree is much bigger. So I think at least for now, I need to reduce the tree by quite a bit. But the rock is, the tree is going to eventually outgrow the rock, no doubt. But I did want to keep this small, but it's quite hard to keeping the ficus small. It's growing with a lot of vigor. I'm still contemplating on what to do with this big root here. I think this is how it was. So I think I will take it off right there. And then pot it back and let it regrow. And hope for some more radial roots. Overall, the roots are pretty good. So I'm going to take this big one off. I'll position the tree like this on the rock. And we'll put it back in the same pot. I wonder. Let me check a different position. I think this might be how it was originally, so I think I'll keep it like that. That way I can show a bit of the crystal. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to reduce some of these roots back a bit. It's just a bit too thick, and I want these to grow kind of evenly. Clip this one at the top. Yeah, I'll be honest, it's hard to tell where the root plane is because obviously there's some higher up roots here, and then that's the first layer, and then you get this bottom layer, which is quite thick. I'm thinking if I should remove the bottom layer altogether and grow the top. I think I should. Or at least reduce the size of these. So let's start with that first and see where that gets us. See, all these are just I want to say extra, but they're not really extras. See, that's the surface root plane, and then you get the lower root plane here with really big roots. So maybe this is a bit of a gamble. I'm going to take off a lot of roots. But I can't stand this double root plane because it doesn't look that good. It's better to fix it now than later anyway. Okay, there we go. Now I could use a different tool with the bonsai tools I have, but I kind of think there's a lot of rocks and whatnot, and I don't really want to dull the tools. So here again, this one's a bit high, so I'll take that one out. I can clean those up later on. And these higher ones developed when I put this layer on, the cocoa fibers. And once I put that on, with the watering, it keeps it moist. So the roots actually grew really, really fast on the surface. These big roots, I can take this back a bit more. So I'll leave it like that. and I'll let it grow again. So we'll see where that goes. I'll take off all these higher roots, sticking with the one root plane. And I will reuse the soil. I mean, since it was just in there and they're not that old, so I don't see any harm in reusing it. Okay, I gotta clean this up. Put the rock in first. I think the rock needs to be lower. And we'll have the tree right there. I should probably get a wire to tie the tree down, but I don't think I need to. Just add some soil and see if it stays. Oh. So I will need to put some new soil because, you know, some of the soil is lost with this kind of repot, I guess. I didn't think I was going to repot it, but I guess I was. So this time, as you can see, I'm not putting the saran wrap. Don't think I need it anymore. I'm gonna have to get a rock or two to hold this together. But for now, just go and grab the stuff. So this time around, I'm not going to use the cocoa fiber anymore. And the reason for, I mean, it's really good to keep the soil moist. You know, that's 100%. But it keeps the top too moist, and it starts to grow, you know, roots near the base, which, you know, it can be a good thing, but I don't want the root plane to be, you know, another double to triple layers. Then, you know, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll just water more to keep it wet. But yeah, I want to avoid getting roots near the top here. And I think once this establishes after a couple months, I'm going to kind of rake away a little bit of the soil at the top so that to expose the roots, just so to give it more air to discourage it from growing roots near, like, you know, the bottom, but at a different level. Okay, so I think that's good. I'm going to put it back on the bench. So there you see it's back on the bench, reduced quite a bit. Yeah, so the only other update is that the pomegranate, as you can see, is pushing out growth now. So everything is looking really good. All the buds are coming out where I thought they might come out. So that's got a good future going ahead. And the silk tree is growing quite large, and I think I'm gonna need to prune it back soon. Maybe, you know, or maybe I'll let it grow until the winter comes, and then I can do something before, maybe either this year, late fall, or next spring. So the only other update I'll show you is the crystal Dracaena forest. I started with 5, but 2 of them rotted, and then one of them I cut the top off and I rooted it in water. Now, I didn't know you can root these in water before, but you can, and it's quite easy. So I got, I think I got 3 cuttings upstairs that has rooted already. So I'm going to probably very soon to kind of redo this and get those cuttings in and rearrange the forest. There's a lot of things I didn't like about the forest after I potted it and after I reviewed the video, and some of you had mentioned it as well. So, and a lot of things I wanted to do, but just for some reason, once the forest is finished, it wasn't done. So I'm going to eventually redo it, but I think I'll do it soon because those has rooted, and I think it's a good time to put these in. So yeah, I hope that ficus over a rock or over a mineral rock is going to grow well, and hopefully it'll have the radial roots and grip the rock in the future. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching.